When I tell people that I homeschool, the first question that most people ask me is, but wait, how do they socialize? And this whole thing about socialization, and I'm here thinking, wait a second, let's reverse this for a moment. What about the kids that are in the system, they're in the public school system, whether it's charter, public, or private, and they lack social skills? What about those children? Look, as parents, we want our children to thrive in our society. We want them to have good communication skills. And let's just be honest, we want our children to build lifelong connections and quality connection. Now, imagine a world where kids can confidently communicate with other peers and adults alike, and they can navigate these friendships with confidence and know how to handle their emotions and respond to the emotions of others. And they did that because parents bought your book about how to raise socially intelligent children. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can tap into this powerful niche of social skills by creating your very own social skills book for children. Stick with me to the end, because by the end of this video, you will know why this niche is exploding in demand and how you can get a piece of the pie. Let's get into it. There are hundreds of social skill books for children, activity books for children, for teens, for preteens, for all kinds of different categories. How to talk, how to have a conversation, improve your social skills. When I click on my KDP Pro, look what it's telling us. Popularity. This is a popular keyword, and there are a number of books here. Performing well. That's a green light. Potential, that's another green light. The revenue potential of books under this keyword looks very good. Under competition, it says that the competition is very strong. It's in red. That should not stop you from making a book in this niche, because guess what? Just niche down and look to see where is there a gap. Could it be a book maybe for preschoolers, a book for children ages 6 to 9, 6 to 8? You can find your angle and develop a book here. Look, ages 6 to 7, social skills activities for today's kids. What if you were to produce a social skills book for homeschooling families? That is a huge market, and it's something that I have not seen before. So without further ado, let's start creating our very own social skills book for kids. We're going to start with a template that's a 5.25 by 8 inches. And if you want to decide what size your book is going to be, go ahead and download the KDP calculator, which I'm going to put the link down below of this video. For the background, I'm going to start exploring different types of backgrounds that we can use. It could be something solid, or we can make it a playground background or something that looks very interesting. Let me go ahead and start exploring different backgrounds under elements. For the text, I'm going to try using the text maker, and you should see it under apps. When you go under apps on Canva, you can go ahead and search text maker, and it should show up right. It's the first one here where it says with the M. And then here under text, you're going to go ahead and write social skills. And once we type that in, we're going to go ahead and see what comes up. It came up here. So now we just have to choose the effect. We can use something like this Ruby. It's called Ruby. Let me see what other things we have. We could choose this one. And if I do choose this one, kind of like it, then we just go ahead and click here all the way down. You scroll down and you click on Add to Design. So we're going to go ahead and click on Add to Design. And you see it here. Social skills. Now, what we can do is we can go ahead and change the actual, like instead of it having that color, We can go ahead and change the color by clicking on here. There's typography and then there's color. We can go ahead and switch the colors around here and see what else is, how else you want to go ahead and write it. I'm going to go ahead and go back, and maybe I can change the typography, see what other styles I can find for this specific book. And I could check under all of these. Let me check under comic, see all, and then you'll be able to see all these styles. And this one is green. I kind of like this one. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. The font is called Luckiest Guy. I'm going to go ahead and add it to the design and see which one I like best. I'm going to go ahead and expand this a little bit. And then I'm just going to go ahead and delete the red one that we had initially. And I'm just going to go ahead and add this one here and see how much I like this one. I'm not convinced. Let me go ahead and see what else we have. So that's the first simple background or book cover that you can come and create. If you spend a little bit more time on this, I'm pretty sure you can come up with something amazing, but I'm doing this in real time, so I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible just to give you guys an idea of how the book cover can come along. Now, you want to go ahead and add another page because you want to be able to do the back cover. So for the back cover, it could be something simple. It could be use one of the same color schemes as the front cover here. You can use maybe this type of blue that we see in the front cover, and then you can just go ahead and add your maybe like a quote, and the quote can go all the way at the top. And then once you have a quote, you can put some text here. You can even go ahead and add a box, and you could start adding different boxes, and these are the boxes that you can use to put the content as to what this book is about. Or you can just use regular little speech bubbles or something like this. Maybe you can get creative, and maybe you don't want to use speech bubbles. You can go ahead and use paper. Or if you just want one shape, that will work too. You could do something like this. You can even use something like this, and you can go ahead and add some children to the background. And I'll show you how to do this. So let's say we have children. We're going to click on children. Let's say you choose these. Okay. And then let me just minimize this a little bit. And let me just delete this for a moment. Add some text. Here you can add the quote. Learning social. Okay, let's do that again. Learning social skills is fun. And then you could add something like that, some type of quote. You can do it to the top. Just change the font if you'd like. There you go. And then if you don't know what to write for the back of your book, you can go ahead and use Magic Write. We're going to go ahead and click on it here to the left, and you can give it a prompt. Let's say, write a 1-sentence summary for a book about teaching children, let's see, about social skills. Let's see what it comes up with. And let's see, let's give it a second. Amazing. Teaching Kids Social Skills is a comprehensive guide that offers practical strategies and activities to help children develop essential interpersonal skills, foster meaningful relationships, and navigate social interactions with confidence. This is excellent. We're going to go ahead and insert it, and we're just going to make sure We're going to change the font, make it a little bit smaller so that it can fit into our speech bubble. We can put it here. You can go ahead and change the font. You can add it. Please edit. Don't just use AI word for word. Make sure that it's authentic and it represents your social skills book. And let's see, you can go ahead and personalize it. This is just one way for you to do it. This is something that you can do. And then let's say you're going to go ahead and write the interior pages. Let's say you don't know what to write again. And you're like, okay, what do I do? You're going to go ahead and click on Magic Write. And you are going to ask the AI, write a 1-page or 2-paragraph introduction about the importance of teaching children social skills. For a book about social skills for children ages 8 to 10. And let's see what this generates. And it's going to generate the content for you. So we're going to go ahead and just insert this in here. And as you can see, you have 2 paragraphs of an introduction. All you have to do, again, all you have to do is edit this, make sure that it's nicely formatted. And then all you have to do is add the introduction. Whoa. Let me get the heading. It keeps doing that. Okay, and then you're just going to go ahead and write introduction. Make sure this is nicely formatted. If you want to learn about formatting, you can go ahead and check out another video that I have where I explain to you how to format your content for the interior pages of your book. So now you have an introduction and it says, in today's interconnected world, teaching children social skills is more crucial than ever. Social skills are the building blocks that help children develop meaningful relationships, blah, 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 blah. The AI is going to come up with something very interesting, but I always recommend go ahead and add your own spin, your own personal experiences with your children, especially if you're doing something like you're making sure this book is targeted for homeschooling families. So you want to go ahead and make sure you add your own socialization and experiences with social skills when it comes to your children, especially if you do homeschool. So let's go ahead and add another page, and then we can go ahead and add our chapter 1. And then one of the first things that children need to know when developing social skills is what is emotional intelligence. Children need to be able to know how to identify their own feelings before they can identify the feelings of others and understand social cues. So we're going to go ahead and ask this AI to write 1 paragraph explaining what emotional intelligence is. And then we're going to go ahead and start asking. And then for the next page, okay, you see? So now the AI came up with the following. Emotional intelligence, which is EI, refers to the ability to recognize and understand, manage, and utilize emotions effectively in oneself and others. So let's go ahead and add that. Guess what? You have 1 paragraph to your first chapter. It's that simple. All you have to do is just make sure you come in here and you start editing so it fits the page nicely. You can go ahead and add some space in between those sentences by clicking here on the spacing option. And then instead of doing the letter spacing, you go to line spacing and you can start adding some space here, as you can see. So that works out perfectly. Now for the activities, add a page. Now you can start adding activities. And you're like, okay, but how am I going to come with these activities for social skills? You use ChatGPT or in this case, Magic Write. So you're going to go ahead and write activity number 1. Remember, if you're doing an activity book for children, you want to make sure that you're providing activities that parents can do with their kids so that they can practice those social skills. So let's say we're going to go ahead and add an arrow, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that we go ahead and design it. You know, the design process is as long or as fast as you want it to be. This is just an example. So activity 1, you're going to go ahead and provide the instructions as to what the activity is. Let's say you do not know what to write. Not a problem. You're going to go back and use Magic Write. And it's here when you click on text, and you're going to see Magic Write appear. You're going to go ahead and click on it, and you're going to ask the AI, come up with one activity for kids to help them understand what they are feeling and how to respond to their emotions. Okay, to their feelings. That works too. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and generate, see what the AI comes up with. Okay, a great activity to help kids understand and respond to their feelings is the emotional wheel craft. This is very popular when it comes to emotions. If you check a lot of the literature around emotional intelligence, there's a lot of activities with this whole emotional wheel. You can go ahead and check it out. I advise to go ahead and do your research if you're going to do a book like this, because you want to make sure that you're providing with parents with value. You don't want to just pump out garbage onto Amazon KDP and you're not even considering your, who's at the other end of these products, which are families. So we need to take this seriously when we're going to go ahead and do things like this. So here's a great activity, blah, 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 blah. Once their wheels are complete, gather the children in a circle and take turns spinning their wheels. When the wheel lands on an emotion, ask the child how that emotion makes them feel, blah, blah, blah. So this is something that you would have to encourage your child to participate in. And then you can go ahead and add another page where, let's say, for example, this is the left page. So if there is a color wheel involved, maybe you can go on to elements and search for a color wheel and maybe make this a cutout. So for example, let's say you want to use this color wheel, but I'm going to take it a little bit further. Emotional color wheel. Let me go ahead and check that out. Color wheel, or you can make your own. Okay, so there's nothing there. So now we're going to do something. We're going to go ahead and check for emotions. And now we can add to this color wheel. We can go ahead and add maybe like a happy face under like with the purple, and then maybe a sad face. And that's how you can start creating your color wheel. And then that way, this is an activity. So you can do a lot of things. You can get very creative with this. And it's up to you what you would like to do. Let me just continue to put this here, and I'm going to stop there. So you get the point. So this would be a cutout, but how can you make it a cutout? Let's go ahead and try something like this. So here I searched under elements for a dotted circle, and we're going to go ahead and click on this one right here, because then it signals the parent, it signals the parent that this is a cutout page. So you're going to go ahead and just measure it and then go ahead and place it here so that the parent understands and knows that this is an activity and a cutout. So they can cut it out, and then they can go ahead and customize and make the little hole in the middle. And you can go ahead and give the directions for how they can do the activity. So you can do something like directions. Go ahead and add a little text box. And this is where you're going to write your directions for this little activity. There are many ways to go about this. This is just one way you can do it. And now let me go ahead and just delete these right here. I actually really like this one. I think I would work with this one a little bit longer to design it. I really like this type of background. This would be your front cover, then the back cover, and then you have your introduction, chapter 1, and you have an activity page. So this is just an idea of what you can do for your social skills book. I'm going to go ahead and do another design here using this one. Right now, parents are buying social skills activity books for kids on Amazon for several reasons. One of them is an increased awareness of EQ, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is something that when someone is emotionally intelligent, it is crucial for long-term success. If you know how to manage your own emotions, you can learn how to respond to the emotions of others. Another reason is because social skills activity books are screen-free. We're living in a digital age, and many parents are seeking to entertain their kids offline without the tablets, along with interactive activities that teach them valuable life skills and lessons. This day and age, a lot of parents who have children with ADHD, autism, and other social challenges. These are considered neurodiverse children. So parents are turning to these types of books as a way to guide their kids to understand and practice social cues and learn how to navigate their behaviors and the behaviors of others. So it is extremely popular because of that as well. These factors, they drive the demand, making this niche both helpful and profitable for those creating these types of books. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next video.